This is Fam Electric Ghost, and we're live on the air with Susan Murray. And you're with the founder of TopCatTalentShow.com. And
Yes.
it's great to talk to a person who's pushing creative people or getting people out there, helping emerging artists and things like that. That's something that we've been involved in for a while. But I want to thank you for showing up on the Fam Electric Ghost podcast. How are you doing tonight?
I'm doing well. How about yourself?
I'm doing fine. It's always nice. We live here in New Hampshire, but you wouldn't know that from before we. I've got a. It's pretty fun out here in the pines.
Oh, nice. New Hampshire.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's a cool place to be.
Wow. How long have you been there?
It's in 2008.
Nice.
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 It's been nice. So,
Yeah.
good air, good food, a lot of local farms. But one of the questions we always ask people before we get to the heart of your story is like, what motivates you, and why do you do what you do?
I think I do what I do because I've always had a passion for highlighting people's talents.
Hmm.
It started when I was a kid. Um, I grew up in a big family with 7 siblings, so we, used to put on family talent shows in our family den, and if you were good, you were applauded. If you were bad, you were booed. So I kinda fell in love with it then, and then, I started writing, like, pop lyrics,
Hmm.
and but when rap hit the scene, that was my baby. I fell
You
in
got
love with
into it.
rap, yeah, and I started writing rap lyrics, and I started rapping, rap by solo for a while, rap with a couple of male groups for a while. Then after high school, I started promoting talent shows. So it's always been a passion of mine to either highlight people's talents and to give them a prize. Back then, it was like a trophy or a plaque.
Hmm.
Now we're giving away cash prizes.
Well, that's always good because emerging artists, we always need the gear. I'm
Absolutely.
I'm a gear hog. Yeah, I'm always looking for the new thing. 'Cause
Yes.
yeah, it's like I think it's the whole thing about hip hop. It kind of it gives a lot of power to people that maybe like I'm a musician. I've got I can play keyboard, so I got all these musical instruments. But people who didn't actually get trained on an instrument can
Mhm.
still get into the game if
Right.
they got the poetry, if they got the flow, if they got the ideas, and then
Right.
the ability to use drum machines and samples and computers,
Yes.
in your headphones. Then you don't have to worry. You could be in an apartment and you don't have to like worry about having to have a basement that's all soundproof. That you have a band. Like when I was a kid, like we had
Correct.
to soundproof our basement, and we actually had a band,
Wow.
and we had to keep the neighbors from getting pissed off. We had to put the work in to actually make it so we
Yeah.
could actually practice without people calling the cops.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
There's a whole new game now. Now you can do it as long as you don't tick people off with your flow.
Right. Right. That's the key.
Yeah, but it's always cool to get the permission structure that allows somebody to say, "Hey, yeah, I could do that." Like when
Yes.
you were thinking about like, did you like your I guess because your family had this talent show, you had that permission structure. It's like, why can't I do that? Because
Right.
some people like they feel like, well, I can't be Marvin Gaye. I can't
Yeah.
be, I can't flow like any of the major rappers out there because they get intimidated.
Yeah.
But but
Yeah.
how do you get people to kind of find that permission structure to go and try it?
Well, with our mobile app, TK Talent Show, you can do it from the comfort of your own home. So if you have stage fright, you're afraid to get on stage in front of a lot of people, you can sit in your living room, turn your phone on, and record a video,
Oh wow.
upload it, and let people vote on it. So it's all from the comfort of your own home. You don't have to worry about travel expenses if you're an entertainer. You don't have to worry about hotels. You don't have to worry about finding an Uber or a taxi or well,
Yeah.
taxis no longer, but Ubers.
Yeah.
So yeah, it saves a lot of money if you join the TK Talent Show.
Yeah, that's cool. 'Cause I remember having to go to gigs in New York City, get the
Oh,
U-Haul
wow.
van with the band. They have
Wow.
to get an apartment. You have to get a hotel. You gotta have
Yes.
like roadies to watch the gear while you're playing, so the people don't steal it. So
Right.
there's a if you're a band, it's like you gotta watch your gear.
Absolutely.
You go play on stage, and it's like you can't. Well, we can't just mingle around the club. Somebody's got to sit there and watch the gear because there's people be creeping to try to take you.
That's crazy.
Yeah, so now you can just like I love the net. When I found the net, I was doing like Facebook Live gigs. I have a
Wow.
setup where I have multiple cameras and I can go like OBS. I kind of got into it and realized
Yes.
I'm a techie, so I figured stuff out. But it's cool that you're offering stuff for people that maybe don't know how to use OBS or don't know how to connect their
Right.
audio to get a good signal. So
Ex
then you provided the means, which I think is super cool because like not every artist is a tech head to be able to figure
Yes.
out how to actually, do this, be the
Work.
sound engineer,
Mhm.
be the video engineer.
Yes, exactly, exactly. And here, all you need is your cell phone.
That's awesome. I mean, these cell phones today have really good mics and cameras, so you
Yes,
can take
yes, they
advantage of that.
do. Yes, they do. Yes, they do. And we have been, well, we've been, promoting the, app for maybe a few months now.
Wow.
So and it's for all talent, singers, dancers, rappers, comedians,
Wow.
magicians. If you do spoken word, even if you draw. If you draw, you can create a video of you drawing and upload it to the talent show.
Oh, so you can take a video that you did. Like if I go and do like a performance through StreamYard or something, go send it to a MP4,
Right,
and then I could actually upload that MP4.
right. You can upload it from your if it's on your phone, you can upload it.
Yeah, and I
You
could
have
send it to my phone. I figure out how to I know how to move it from one thing to the next.
I'm
But yeah,
sure
that's
you
cool.
did.
Yeah, you can get pretty techy, but like you can do something on one thing and move it to the next thing. But
Right.
but if you're just on your phone, you don't know how to do that. That's super convenient because then people can
Yes.
just do the flow. Like they're working on like a lot of hop rap oriented. Like you can just get it done. It's like
Yes.
right there.
Yes. And it is a, platform for undiscovered and independent talent. um, Whatever your talent is, if you're trying to get out there to kickstart your career, or even people that are trying to restart their career,
Hmm.
this is a platform for them. Because some of the platforms that are here now, um, they're based closely toward the younger people.
Oh yeah.
So some of the older artists, they feel, I don't want to put my stuff on that. It's for young people.
Yeah, the algorithms kinda go against, like
Yeah,
yeah, a
yeah,
lot of problems, like, today is, like, you could go and push your stuff out onto the big streaming platforms, but it goes into the void, right? And unless you spend a lot
wow.
of money, like, to promote it, it doesn't really go anywhere, and there's a lot of con artists out there trying to get you to pay the playlist,
Oh,
pay to
wow.
play, so
Yeah.
and then the thing is, like, you gotta remember, people gotta understand, like, on Spotify, pay to play, like, somebody could tell you, "I'm gonna give you 30,000 plays." That
Yeah.
sounds big, but, like, guess what? You only get paid 0.004 of a penny. So if somebody
Wow.
tells you to spend $1,000 or $500 for 30,000 plays and you only get 30
Yeah.
back, that
Yeah.
doesn't really work. Like, do the math.
No, you have to do the math.
Do the
If the
math and see,
math
like
isn't mathing, then you gotta check it out.
yeah, because like, they promote it's thousands of streams sound like you're gonna do something, but you gotta do hundreds of thousands, if not millions of streams to actually make any money.
Right, right. And that's something we're offering as well. When you get the votes, you win 20 cents or 50 cents for each vote,
Wow.
up to $100 a week.
That's more than you
So,
get from streaming, that you have to do, like,
yeah,
50,000, 100,000 streams to get, like, 50 bucks.
yeah, exactly. So this is an opportunity for independent artists to get out there, gain global exposure, grow their fan base, and try to win some extra cash.
Yeah, it's like I like ideas like yours because, like, some of these traditional methods are kinda devaluing music.
Yeah,
The devaluation of music where, like, if you went to go buy something on vinyl, like, the artist made some money. I mean, maybe they don't make wait, but they made, like, 10 cents, 20 cents. Now people make less than a penny.
It's
It's like so
crazy.
it's like the devaluation of art. Again, people think it's like, well, music's not a free resource. People put a lot of work into it. They put a lot. Like, think about all the hours you put into your craft as a
Right,
musician,
right.
and then people think, oh, that should just be free. It's like, why should it be free?
No.
They, yeah, I put work into it.
Yes, it's a job. It's a job. Yes. So you wanna get paid for your work.
Yeah, yeah, it's hard because people just don't want to pay you for the work you do, and
Right,
it's hard because like people like you got to figure out the sampling game. You got to realize like you get out there, you got to clear the sample. Like you got to come up with something. Like you can do it, but then if you get big, then suddenly they may take the lion's share if you didn't clear
right,
it.
right. Exactly.
so,
Absolutely.
so I'm always a big proponent. It's like, you know what? It's kind of cool if you take that 808 or that virtual 808
Mhm.
and write the beat yourself, right? If
You
you do
got it.
that,
You
then they
got it.
can't get you.
Right. Exactly. Do create it all yourself.
Yeah,
Yes.
if you
If
go
you
back
can
old school and do that, or you really when you mine that sample, you invert it and convert it so much that it can't get picked up for a flag
right,
because you actually actually reworked it so that it's like, it's like a blues musician playing the blues has got a certain structure.
right.
You might be playing a Lead Belly song, a Robert Johnson song, Bo Diddley song, but the way you play it might be
It's
different.
different. Right.
But then again, you still probably got to pay the copyright holder. So
Yeah.
if you can figure out how to do something that's in the style, but not note for note the same
Right.
thing,
Right.
then you actually can start making some traction.
Right. Switch it up a little bit.
Yeah, yeah, that's
Yeah.
the thing you have to tell songwriters is like, oh, if I use splice, I can't put it out. Well, like, if I use that sample, it's kicking, yeah, but then you got to pay.
You gotta pay.
And then they
Gotta
might not
pay to
be able
play.
to play it without getting a YouTube copyright violations everywhere
Right.
saying that
Right.
if you're flagged as a way, then you're not gonna get anything.
Right. Right. And that's important. That's important. You don't wanna get those flags.
Oh, no. No,
Exactly.
but you're saying like your app is for, like, multiple ages? It's not is that not just for like, it's for, like, anybody, or do you have a certain target audience?
Well, right now we're doing 18 and above. So
18?
if you're 18, you can join the talent show.
That's
But
cool.
we're also in the background, we're working on a kids app.
Kid app? That's like
Yeah,
kinda
for under
age
18.
specific.
Yeah, for the under 18-year-olds.
That's cool.
And they'll be able to do the same thing, upload videos and win cash money. Have people
That's
vote
awesome,
on
man.
them. Yes. So we're looking into that now. We're working on that behind the scenes. But with the TK Talent Show mobile app right now, it's for 18 and older.
How
So if
how did you get the idea to actually do it as an app?
I got the concept. I've thought about it in like 2006, and technology wasn't really up to it. I said, "How wonder how I could do this
Mhm.
and try to get people on this platform." And I thought about it for years and years, put it on the back burner. Oh, and just maybe about a year ago, I came up with Fiverr. I came
Oh,
on to
Fiverr found
Fiverr.
somebody. Yeah, found
Yeah,
somebody that
and
can
I
do it.
found a developer. He's from India,
Mhm.
and he took my concept and he ran with it. He
Yeah, there's a
just
lot of good talent there. I kinda
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
I'm out there in the world, I'm working like finance and banking, but the idea is like, yeah, there's a lot of people out there we do gig work, right?
Right. Right.
And the technology is such now that the cost of it is not what it used to be. Like to develop like your idea, you found it. Like you found out
Yes.
that like 10 years ago, 5 years ago, it was prohibitive. You're like, well, I don't have the budget for that. But
Right.
now, because of the
Right.
automation, because of the benefits of like some of the positive things of AI, of blockchain, and some of the new technologies,
Yes.
is that they become affordable for the entrepreneur. So then the
Right.
entrepreneur, you can take that idea and do something.
Yes. Yes. And that's what I did. I had the vision and he created what I was thinking about. I would just send him messages in the middle of the night because it's morning there, it's
Yeah,
in the
yeah.
middle of the night here, and I'm sending messages and he's responding, and
The global
he
world.
yes, he just went for it, and he developed the app, and now we're trying to promote it and market it.
That's awesome because I
Yes,
think it's really cool. The idea of creativity, is like
thank you.
I always I do it at all different levels. I started with singer-songwriters, but then I started
Mhm.
saying, somebody who's an entrepreneur, the same kind of spark as a songwriter or a
Right,
painter. It's like
right.
it's a creative idea. Like you had this
Yes.
idea, this business case,
Mhm.
and it
Right.
became an app because you had been doing you kind of follow through to like your family situation where you're like you were doing these talent shows, you really believed in it.
Right,
And then he's
right.
like, hey, then you started really doing it in
Yes.
person, and then he's like, "Well, what if we take advantage of all this tech now? These phones are so crazy.
Yeah.
They're like these phones can do what laptops do. They
Right, they're
they
baby
actually have the
computers.
power of laptops, and
Yes.
desktops."
Yes.
And so, like some of these new phones in 2024, I mean, they've got more power than computers we had 5, 10 years ago.
Right, right.
Their
You're
processing
right.
power is just unbelievable what they can do.
I
Um,
know, it's amazing. It's amazing, and every year they're coming out with something different and something
yeah.
new and improved.
Yeah, just it just gets in the hands of like you've got supercomputer power in your hand.
Yes.
And then you've
Yes.
got that connection where you can talk to anybody in the world.
Right.
Like every
Right.
time, like I love talking to people all over the globe through this
Yes.
podcast. And so, if you primarily is your audience or your people who participate, are they mostly in the U.S. or you finding people from other places?
I have, like I said, we're just basically starting out, but I've had, people all over the globe.
Cool.
So, South Africa,
Yeah,
Canada, Australia,
it's cool to see
everywhere.
what the scenes are. Because I say, as a music guy, like I love finding out what's going on in Africa, West Africa, or
Yeah,
even East Africa. What's going on in the East, like in Tokyo or
right,
Taiwan or Korea. 'Cause I actually
right.
lived in Tokyo, and I was just amazed at
Oh,
the music.
wow.
I still was there for 2 years, and I would go to this place called Shibuya, and I would see
Mm.
these Japanese bands like echoing hip hop, right?
Oh,
Or
wow.
playing like Coltrane level jazz and actually getting it, doing Herbie Hancock
Wow.
stuff. And they would take it, but then they make it their own. Like you could
Yeah,
see they were inspired
on
by
another
Herbie
level.
or Miles or Sun Ra or anything. You could see that they were inspired, and they would actually have the posters up of their icons. You see posters of Coltrane
Wow.
and Davis and Hancock. So they actually, they gave a
The
nod to who they
right.
were
The
inspired
props.
by.
Yeah. Wow. That sounds awesome.
Yeah, it's really cool. I mean, there's a lot of opportunity around it. A lot of hip hop guys go to Japan. They find out that the audience there is like really into it.
Into it. Yeah, yeah. And it's good when you go travel around the world and find a new audience, a new, fan base.
And these apps, because they're like global, like you can get that reach. So you
Right.
get some kid out of New York or like out of Los Angeles, and then some kid in Korea likes what's going on. Then boom, you could have like you could end up going on tour to Seoul
Exactly.
or Busan or something because the people like it. They want
E
it. They get booked to go play in all kinds of places.
exactly.
You get end up in the Netherlands, you get up in Norway.
You
'Cause
ex
the
You're
the
right.
people will get into stuff and it's like, "Where's my audience?" It's like, "Oh, they're in Australia." It's like, "Oh, guess you're going to Australia."
Right, right, and that's the great thing about TK Talent Show. From the comfort of your own home, you can hit all the countries. You can go global,
Yeah, and that's
and
that's that's how you get the next trend because the people are like, "Well, where's the next trend gonna come from?" It's like apps like yours. Like,
yes, thank you.
because that's like I'm always looking for, like, what's going on. Because when I was in college, I was into college radio.
Mhm,
I
okay.
actually did some college radio when I was in college, and I like the idea of pushing bands that I liked, that I hadn't
Right.
really heard getting props.
Mhm.
So I'd be pushing artists from the underground.
Yeah,
And,
yeah,
it used to be like the radio DJ, the college radio DJ would be the one that does that.
right,
But now we
right.
got these apps like yours kinda get that same kinda
Yes.
aesthetic, right?
Yes, for any underground, if you're just getting started, you can come onto the app, join the talent show for less than $5 a month and gain global exposure, grow your fan base, and try to win up to $100 a week.
Well, that's a good deal. Like we said, streaming, it takes a lot of streams to get to that number, and so
Right,
yeah,
right.
finding different ways to get out there, like it's kind of like you make more money selling a T-shirt as a band. If I
Wow.
do a show and sell a shirt, I can sell a shirt for 25, $30,
Mhm.
but I'll get 0.04 of a penny for my stream.
Wow.
If I sell 100 shirts, I'll make more money than I do if I have people listen to 30,000 listens to my song.
Wow.
So that's kind of crazy.
It
But
is. It's
that's the
very
where the world
crazy.
is. Like your T-shirt's worth more than your music. I
Yeah.
think you have to
How is that?
realize that's how we got to get people to flip that. Because like,
Yes.
why is the shirt worth with the logo actually worth more than the music? Because the music is actually really really the message.
Right. Right. And that's why we're offering the 20 cents. If you're in the silver subscription, you can win 20 cents per vote. If you're in
Mm,
the gold subscription, you can win 50 cents per vote.
well, that's
And
cool.
that maximum, like I said, is $100.
Like I
So
said,
if
do the
you
math.
share your right, do the math. If you share your video out to your fans, family, and friends, have them come onto the app, vote for you. The more votes you get, the greater your chance of winning.
Yeah, that's right there. Do the math. It's like that's a better deal than anybody telling you to pay $500 to get 50,000 streams.
It's crazy.
Because like
Crazy.
there are people who do that, and people don't realize is like that 50,000 streams ain't gonna get you a deal.
Right.
It's
Right.
like the way the world is now. They're looking for people hitting like a million.
Wow.
To get somebody to really want to put you. And then they wonder is that million a bunch of bots?
Yeah.
Is
Well,
that
that's
million
true.
is that
That's
million
true.
real, or did you go and
Right.
pay somebody to give you the million?
Exactly. Exactly. And that's one thing too. We don't have any bots in our app.
That's
So
cool.
all the votes you get, all the likes, comments that you get, it's all for real.
That's what you
It's
want. You want that organic, real growth,
yes,
so you know that you earned it.
exactly. Earning it is most important. And right now we're giving a lifetime special. If you would like a lifetime special offer, you just have to upload a video every week to
Mhm.
keep the offer going, to keep the membership. Upload a video every week, and you could try to win that cash prize for paying nothing. So take
So
that.
do you have are things set up like contests, or people are just, doing it based on people, doing the feedback from I guess the people who go on the app that watch the talent
Right,
show are the ones
right.
that the audience is the one that's rating it, or do you have
Yes,
judges,
the
or do you have
audience.
contests? Is this all the audience?
The audience.
Well,
So
that's
if you
cool.
it's kinda like a popularity contest.
That's
If you
cool.
get a lot of people to come onto the app and vote for you, you could win. You could
Yeah, so
win.
you
You
gotta
pick up
get
the
that
traction.
community interactions, it's like if you get
Yes,
to the club, you fill that club with your fans, that's the whole idea.
exactly.
It's the
And to
same
grow your
mindset, right?
fans. Exactly, exactly. And we're offering that offer, until January 2nd. So we're trying to get people in the app, into the contest, and you won't have to pay anything for a lifetime. Just
Wow.
upload a video every week and you could keep the membership.
Right, what you're offering, like the different, tiers, what were they
Yes,
again? Maybe tell the folks what the tiers
sure.
are?
Sure. The bronze, there's a bronze subscription, and the bronze subscription, everyone is automatically enrolled in the bronze subscription. If you win that, you get 20 coins. The coins you can use for emojis, sending gifts in the app to other performers. Now, the silver subscription is $1.99 a week.
Mhm.
And if you win that, if you have the most votes at the end of the week, you win 20 cents for vote up to $50. The
Okay.
gold subscription is $4.99 a month. And you get 50 cents per vote, and you can win up to $100. So, and we also are starting a diamond subscription. We're coming out with a yearly subscription, 49.99. Excuse me,
Mhm.
a year, and you can win 50 cent on that tier as well.
Oh, wow.
Yes,
There's a lot of opportunities, like I said, if you do the math and check what the playlist promotion payback is, like, calculate
crazy.
what you're gonna get back from how much you
Right.
put in, and then look at what your price structure is, and right there, you're already doing better. Just
Yes,
just from what you
absolutely.
just said, you can do the math, and you'll know you're doing better right there.
Yep, just do the math. Just do the math. And with the streaming platforms, I know they're not offering a lot of money, and we're not offering a lot of money either, but
But a
it's
better deal
it's
than what they're doing.
yeah, it's a little better deal. So you kind of have to weigh it out and try to give it a shot. If you're afraid to get in front of a lot of people, sit in your living room and go to town with your phone. That's
Do
all
you
you
have
have
any,
to do.
like, tutorials to tell people, like, how to do a video? Have you thought have that kinda thing, or do you just let people do whatever they wanna do?
Yeah, just basically go freestyle.
Freestyle, so they okay,
Yeah.
that's cool. So you don't try
You
to give them, like an instruction manual, like, "Well, this is how you should do the video."
No, we let people go for what they know, and, you can either do a live video just from your phone while you're recording it live, or you
Mhm.
can upload a video that you've already recorded.
Is there a limit on the size that what you can upload?
I've seen up to, 5-minute songs.
5 minutes? Okay, cool.
Yeah, yeah. So, if you have a long song or even a short little snippet, upload it. You never know who's watching. I always say invest in yourself because you never know who's watching.
Oh, yeah, because some
Yes,
people, a lot of times, they give yourself the permission structure. I know a lot of artists, they got tons of stuff sitting in their archive, and I don't know if that works, right? This is a
right.
good place to see, well, maybe it works, right?
Exactly.
'Cause a lot of
Exactly.
like, if you never put it like, artists are known, it's like, I've talked to a lot of artists, some Grammy award-winning people on the show,
Wow.
and they'll say is like, they're not always the best judge of their work. 'Cause
Right.
there are people who are, established artists, and they did not pick the song, like, somebody else around them picked the song, and they didn't like it, like, they were too
At
close to
first.
it,
Right.
and so they thought
Yeah.
they nobody should even hear it, and then
Right.
people kind of forced them to put it out, and they were like, "Wow, I didn't think anybody was gonna like."
Amazing. It's amazing. Yeah, because we're like our worst critics. So sometimes we think that our music, as a former rapper, your lyrics aren't up to par. But if you just put it out there, you never know who likes your
Yeah,
stuff.
it could speak to somebody, man. You could have a
It
style that suddenly speak to people. There's tons of
exactly.
examples, like, where people like, where Public Enemy came out, and some people heard that, and it takes a nation of
Right.
millions, they're like, "What's that noise?" And other
Right.
people thought it was, like, brilliant,
It
right?
it
So
was.
if you're people like this, if you're the type of person, "Well, I never heard that kinda noise being used, that's garbage," right?
Yeah.
But it's
Right.
like, no, the Bomb Squad did a bomb because they figured out how to layer stuff and use samples and sound and,
Yes. It was
noise
amazing.
and dissonance in a way that hadn't been used,
Right.
and so it was very innovative. It's like it's hard pressed to figure out where the stuff came from,
Right.
and
Exactly.
that was like the talent, like De La Soul was like that too. It's like they could take a Parliament
You're right.
snip
You're right.
and then add stuff to it, add drum
Yeah.
machines on top of it, add layers on top of it, and kind of make this psychedelic rap. They was like,
Right.
"Never heard that before." Like, "What the heck is
Exactly.
that?"
Exactly, and that's the cool thing about it, and every week, a new contest begins, every Sunday. So if you don't win this week, you might be able to win next week.
Mhm.
So it's a new contest starts every Sunday.
But
Yes.
I think people should it gives you something to look forward to, because like, if you give people that, it's kinda like when back in old days, they're like, down at the pizza shop, they're doing the
Right.
they're doing the or they're doing the bar that's doing, like, the open mic, and then people
Exactly.
go down there, and it's like, "Hey, yeah, you can actually get on stage there."
Right,
And then you
exactly.
people will push it, it's like, yeah, get their
Right,
friends like, "Hey, I know you can do it." Like, "Oh, no," you push them out there, put them on stage, and then,
and
yeah,
they
you need
fall
that
in
little
love.
push.
Exactly, exactly, and that's the main thing, just get out there. If you have a talent or you think you have a talent, if you sing in the shower and you wanna say, "Well, maybe I can sing in front of people," and you're not too sure about yourself, just upload the video and
Yeah,
let the viewers vote for it and see if you've got what it takes. It's all fun. It's for fun. We have a community in the app, so you can talk to different,
was there
other
like a
users of
blog,
the
like a
app.
chat? Is there like a
Yeah, like a
blog or
chat.
chat type of thing going on?
Yes, yes,
That's
and we
cool.
also have a live chat where you can, talk to an admin. So if you have questions or any kind of concerns or anything, you can hit the live chat button and be connected to an admin right then and there.
Did artists get to have, like, fan groups that get associated with that artist? Like, do
They
people
get likes and votes. They get the likes and the votes and the comments. And that might be something we can look into, have like something like that.
Yeah, that's
That's
a cool I'm
interesting.
just throwing an
Yeah.
idea out.
Yeah, I like that. That's interesting.
Yeah, 'cause, fan clubs, 'cause I was in the Prince fan club,
Oh,
and
okay.
there was these multiple Prince there was, like, Housequake and Prince.org and all these different, like, purple head
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
fan groups, and then sometimes, like, Prince would actually show up. He
No.
would actually come into, like, Housequake and Prince.org. People actually found out, like, through research that he actually went in and interacted.
Wow.
He pretended he was, like, his sister or and he would, like but the people found out that it was actually
It's
him
in him.
talking to
Oh,
people.
wow. Nice. That is awesome.
Yeah, but
Like
it's
I
kinda
said, you
cool.
never know who's watching.
Yeah,
You
you
never
never
know.
know. Yeah, it's cool if you give it, like, fan clubs are cool and,
Yeah.
give it people opportunities to, like, oh, they get a T-shirt, do this, do that, but,
Right.
get into the
Exactly.
find out about shows, like, if you start doing shows and
Right.
get tickets and, you're gonna show up here, you're gonna do this, you're gonna do that.
Right.
It's just a cool way to just start building that, community.
Community. Yeah. Yeah. And in the community that we have, um, you can put your tour dates out there. If you're getting
Mhm.
ready to promote a new song, you can put that out there in a comment and let people know, hey, I'm promoting something new. Check it out. And you can put a video in the community or a photo in the community.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yes. So if you want to share something new, just share it to the community and also share it in the talent show every week.
Yeah, I like your logo, though. Your logo is cool.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. My little cat.
Yeah.
Like I said, I had a cat when we were talking before the show that I had a 21-year-old cat. His name was Pedro. He was a
Mhm.
black cat. And I kind of took the black cat from him.
Yeah, it's cool. I
Thank
like the
you.
look. Yeah, my cat Mina would like it. Yeah, she's a Persian.
Oh, those are beautiful
And
cats.
she's crazy. But, yeah, this is a really cool idea because
Thank you.
I'm always looking, like, for a new scene. Like, I think people are
Yes.
getting tired of the same old scenes,
Right.
and it can be I think a lot of people are getting tired of, hearing the sameness of some of the
Yeah.
music, because today we
Right.
got some corporate people making decisions
Mhm. Mhm.
versus, like, back in the old days, like Frank Zappa, a big, artist I always, like, promote what he says. He pointed out back in the '60s, he had record company executives that say, "I don't get this stuff,
Mhm.
but just because I don't get it doesn't mean I shouldn't give it a shot."
Right.
So they would give
Exactly.
bands a shot. Where
Yeah.
then Zappa went and said, "Well, now we got these hip guys, these hipsters, and they think they know everything, and then they don't give people a shot."
Yes. It's so unfortunate that a lot of artists get overlooked.
Yeah.
So when you're an independent artist, don't give up. Just keep striving. Put your music out there. If you're a stand-up comedian, come onto the app. do a
Oh, stand
skit
up
on,
too.
yeah,
Yeah,
we
that's
take
another place. Yeah,
yes,
that's another thing because there's people who probably don't know where to do that,
right.
and that gives a and that's a whole 'nother set of talent. I mean, you have the other thing is like, spoken word poetry, like
That's exactly
poetry
what I was getting
slams.
ready to
So you
say.
do that too?
Yes, spoken word.
Yeah,
Yes, and
poetry slams are
poetry.
cool.
Yes. And like I said, if you draw, you can put your drawings on there.
Oh, wow.
Any kind of talent. If you're an entertainer, just any kind of talent, we welcome it. All talent is welcome.
Yeah, maybe did you have, like, a gallery to put up the art? Do you have, like, a page that has, like, a gallery?
We're thinking about doing something like that, having a separate page for the
Yeah,
artists.
like a virtual
Yes.
gallery. 'Cause my daughter actually that's what she actually does that for,
Oh.
disabled artists.
Oh,
She creates,
wow.
like, a virtual gallery for disabled artists, and you go into this room, it's like a 3D room, and they've got
Wow.
on the wall so if it's a real painting, it's just on the wall and you can zoom in onto it, but
Yeah.
if it's a video, it's on the wall and you click and then it opens up as a video.
Oh, wow.
So then it's
That's
like this virtual
awesome.
and she works with all these disabled artists that can't get to the physical
Yeah.
gallery,
Yeah.
but then they have this virtual gallery, so then she does these different campaigns for she
Wow.
schedules like a I don't know, it's like like a showing. So
Yeah.
then a group of artists, maybe 10 or 12, have a showing, and then she does a presentation, and they go
Wow.
and do like an online presentation to like I think they use like Zoom, and then they
Okay.
put it out there, and then they put it out into the world on their
And
website. But
promote it. Oh,
yeah, it's an idea
nice.
that maybe you could take part of that.
Yeah. Yeah, that sounds so interesting. That sounds really interesting. Have like a separate room, a separate page for the, art.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yes.
'cause you have different types of artists, so then maybe you start to segment as over time. I mean, I'm not telling you to spend all the money to redevelop your app, but like this idea is because I'm an idea guy.
Yeah,
Like what
that's
I do.
good. I love idea people. I love it. I love the
Yeah.
creativity. I
Well, I
do.
like the idea when you point out that you're doing this, and I start saying, "Oh, but could you do this? Could you do
Yeah.
that?" You
And
generate
that's
people
where
to
that
get
IT comes in.
yeah. Yeah, they just start saying like, "Yeah, you can think outside the box."
Right.
That's the whole thing is like, look, this is the age of thinking out the box and like
Exactly.
micro entrepreneurs. Like you can go and do something that big guys used to only be able to do. Like the
Right.
big operations suddenly now like 3D printers and fiber specialists, people can go out of their own home,
Right.
create a service or a product that they
Exactly.
couldn't have done before.
Mhm.
And then like
Right.
then you suddenly he's like, Amazon came out of a garage. Jeff
Right.
Bezos, he was in a
Right.
garage and he
Mhm.
had missteps where he didn't think it was gonna work. And then look what happened. The
He's
thing just blew up.
yes, it's everywhere. I'm a big Amazon fan, so
Yeah, that's unbelievable. Like the if you because like even in this like I never thought they from your garage, they went and
yeah,
created like software like AWS is a type of language. It's
right,
a type of like so he let people that he knew what he didn't know, but he let people who were smarter than him come in
and
and
help him out.
open up and say, "Hey, this technology we use to do the service, we could actually sell that to other people."
Right.
And then that became the
Amazing.
product. so, so
Amazing.
so the level of how you can actually if you come up with something, then something is like part of what you came up with, you
Right.
can actually market that as a service.
Right.
And then
Right.
suddenly, like, you start doing things where you're like, "Oh, like, maybe we become a booker or maybe we go do this." Like, you don't know. You once you start expanding, there's opportunities.
Exactly.
It depends on
Everywhere.
what you're willing to do or
Right.
entertain.
Right. For entertainment. And the creativity out there, there's so much creativity, the independent artists.
Yeah.
It's so many
That's where at the
independent artists.
underground yeah, the
It is so much talent out there, and they don't really have a way to expose their talent.
yeah, the
So,
MTVs and the
yeah,
BETs, they don't show music.
right,
Like,
right,
where's the music supposed to so, what, you gotta go on YouTube, and then the algorithm is preventing things. So you gotta find new venues. So people find different places. They go on Discord, they go on other places, they find other TikToks,
Right.
you find like if TikTok goes away, somebody will make a new one. So
Exactly.
so they and you're this is kind of like a new
Right.
idea.
Right.
They
And
kind of that's to me like that's the Wild West. That's where it is.
I hear that. I hear that. Yes, and it is an opportunity for all everyone to join in and to come on there, try to win some extra cash. And other platforms, some people, some of the independent artists, I've seen a lot of their content on other social media platforms. So for free.
Mhm.
So why not try
Yeah.
to upload it to TK Talent Show and try to win some cash behind it, put some money behind it.
Yeah, that's a point because a lot of times today, like, what people don't realize is like the social media companies make money
Oh
off of
yeah,
your content and then you don't.
exactly.
And then they've made you feel like you gotta go and do that.
Right.
But artists actually deserve, like we said before, to earn some money from what they do. But
Exactly.
it's actually the tech bros have kind of ingrained in people. It's like, oh no, you just put it out there. And then when you look at their contracts that you sign, when you they
Right.
own your stuff. They're
Yes.
they're training their AI on your content.
Yes.
When the tokens are used on that AI, they get paid, but you don't.
Right. And you don't. And that's the thing. Why put your heart, blood, sweat into your performances and you're not getting paid for it?
Yeah, well, like OpenAI is gonna get paid.
Yeah. Yeah. Right.
You
Exactly.
you know, Gemini is gonna get paid,
Right.
that's the thing is like people don't understand is like the when you sign to have that account on social media, you're signing away some of your rights.
Oh yeah.
So if you start
Definitely.
to make people have to start realizing maybe having it on all these platforms isn't the thing. Maybe to put it on a particular platform where people have to come to you,
Yes.
and people have to be more discerning
Yes.
because sometimes if you put it everywhere, then guess what? You don't make any money.
Right. Because it's everywhere.
It's everywhere. They have to start like making it like get people to feel like this is exclusive.
Exclusive.
This is in this
Exactly.
community. It's like like I was into like underground music, like Sub Pop, IRS, these small labels, early
Nice.
hip hop labels. It's like sometimes it's cool to have this thing that wasn't like NWA, when
Right.
they started. Like you be on these small labels, these independent labels,
Right.
because you're
Right.
trying to find something that wasn't part of the main thing. And they go NWA
Right.
they weren't part of the main thing.
No, they weren't. They weren't. But then they blew up.
It just blew
I
up
mean,
because that's what you
yeah,
want. Like even Odd Future
exactly.
was like that. Odd Future was like, on YouTube and then they blew up,
Yes.
with Tyler and Earl and all those guys. It's like it came from an underground, you know.
Right. And that's
You know,
why we have this.
Brockhampton was like that too. They came from like this underground community.
Yeah. And
So
it's the underground that's really pumping the entertainment, but they're not getting the recognition that they deserve.
and that's where all the new ideas are,
Yeah.
Because
In
as
the
a musician, I
underground.
get bored if I keep on hearing people just repeating the
Same
past.
thing.
Like I
Yes.
want to hear somebody push it. Kind of like, Miles Davis was the father of bebop
Right.
and he got into fusion. And when he did it, people said, "Oh, what are you doing?"
Mhm.
They critics that killed him. They were like, and the people that thought that was awesome, but there were a lot of people saying bebop is jazz. They thought it was the canon. And so as soon
Mhm.
as he went into fusion, they said, well, that's not jazz. And
Yeah.
so
Right.
sometimes like even the innovator, when they push it, there's resistance.
There's
So,
right.
but
And you're
that's like,
gonna have resistance on in everything that you do, you're gonna have the naysayers, the resistance. But if you believe in yourself and in your craft and you keep pushing it, you never know where you're gonna go. You
yeah,
never
because like
know.
the happy accidents, like the things out there that are
Yes.
not typical,
Right.
like the combinations that people didn't think of, you know,
Exactly.
the way a turn of a phrase, the way to say something, somebody's voice.
Right.
Like I
Yes.
remember, like, Easy E, that
Mhm.
voice is like, I didn't hear anybody sound like that. Like, what's
Right.
that? What's that?
Right. And
It's
then
like
when DMX came out with that raspy voice,
yeah, it's
it
like
just
these
took it to
voices.
another level.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, it's like sometimes, like, you don't wanna have the same voice.
all the time.
Yeah, and there's some people, they think they gotta do the auto tune the same way,
Right.
do the feature the same way, come
Yes.
into a song and do a feature, and it's got the same kind of structure, it's got the same sample, it's got the same patch,
Right.
from the same synth being used on 100 other records.
Exactly.
Like, go and try to do something what I call a newfound sound. Like,
Mhm.
I'm a sound designer. I actually have synthesizers with oscillators, and I take the sound waves, I make my own sound before I even make my song.
Wow.
So I
Wow.
know that that sound is not a patch on a DX7,
Yeah.
it's not a patch on a Roland D50. I actually went and took my Moog or a synth and actually created the sound from scratch,
Oh,
which is a
wow.
whole different thing. Not everybody has the ability to do that, but you can have that mindset
Right.
that you're gonna take something and invert it, or convert or revert it or turn it
Yes,
inside out, like, have a
exactly.
different approach, you know?
A different approach. And that's what TK Talent Show is offering, a different approach. So now there's a lot of you can hear the music on Spotify and other platforms with the artists that are already popular. But what about the independent artists? What about the underground artists? Where do we go to find music from them?
Yeah, we need more venues. We need more
Yes,
places. We need more apps like Top Cat Talent Show because
exactly.
that to me is like that's what I was always looking for. I was
Yes,
always looking, and I even with this show, I look for bands like I'll go probe like through Instagram. I'll go through and try to find bands that not are not super big that don't have a million views.
right,
Maybe
right.
have 50,000, 100,000, and then they got something that's it's like wow, that I never heard that. Then I'll actually
Yeah,
DM them and say, "Come on the podcast. Let me." That's what I did with this podcast for years.
yes,
And I still have maybe 2 or 3 guests a month that are musicians that I think need to be heard. And so I'll do a
nice,
show, to
nice.
kinda get it out there. So I got the same kind of mindset I think that you have. Uh,
Yes,
I just wanna get them to get the PR.
right, right. Push them out there. And
Yeah,
you never know. Like I said, you never know who's watching. Yes.
you get
It's an
that interview. You do
opportunity.
that behind the music interview with somebody who's not established, and
Exactly.
let somebody know. And that's
Who
what I
they
love to
are.
do. If you give somebody that same treatment, like you're talking to DMX, like you're talking
Exactly.
to you know somebody from Run DMC or De La
Right.
Soul, is like, well, why not give that to a person who's just coming up on the scene and let people know? And that's what the early MTV used to do. MTV
Exactly.
Raps, they would go and
Exactly.
talk to people, but now we
Yes.
see it's this TV show. It's like I don't need to see a reality show. I thought it was an MTV. Not
Right.
not reality TV. Like, that is like RTV or is it MTV? You
You're
know?
right. You're right.
I
It's a
wanna hear
lot
the
of
I wanna see
reality
the
stuff.
music. I want like, we need more music,
Yes. We need
less
more music.
reality, like, more
Yes.
music is my reality.
Exactly. Exactly. And like I said, and it's just not for the singers. We have different categories when you go onto the app. We
More
have a
poetry,
singers
yeah.
category, we have a dancers category, a
Oh, dance,
rappers
we haven't talked about
category.
that. Like,
Yeah.
dancers probably
Yes,
need to be
dancers.
seen. Yeah,
Yes,
so they can actually do, like, a whole, performance. They could actually have an arranged dance
right. And
theme for, like,
upload it.
5 minutes or something and do that.
Yes. If you do hip hop dance, if you do ballet,
Wow.
um, any
Yeah, we
kind of
hadn't talked about that. Yeah, that's cool.
yeah, any kind of we like I said, we have a singers category, dancers, rappers, comedians, magicians, and we have a
Oh,
others
magi
category.
well, magicians,
So
I
if
hadn't thought
you
about that too. Yeah, that's
yeah,
another thing.
yeah,
I've never heard anybody give a platform for musicians, like, online.
yes, yep,
That's cool. Cause people like that. I mean, people will go pay to see a
right,
really good magician,
right,
and
right,
if they've got some new people have different takes on not everybody's David Copperfield, people have different ways
exactly,
of doing it.
right. And we offer that others category. So even if you're a fire breather or you do like a puppeteer or
Mm,
something like that, spoken word,
Just a
come on
real
to the
talent show.
platform.
Like you're
It's a
opening it
real
up.
talent show.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah. I
yes,
like the fact we've been talking about music, but like it's a wider than that. It's more
yes,
expansive than that, which is
yes, sir.
I think that's another point to point out. Like because a lot of people they get locked into a lane.
Mhm.
So they say, well, this is just a hip hop thing, right? Not that that's
Right,
bad because hip hop's cool. It's like it's
right,
it.
right.
It's the primary music today.
Yes,
But like having a comedian or a dancer or a magician or
yes.
like that just having the ability to have somebody do like maybe a small one act 5 minute
Right,
play
right.
if they're a film they're into
Ex
film and they want to
exactly.
do that. You could have these little micro short films, give these
Right.
directors, you could have the next Quentin Tarantino
You
show
never
up,
know.
you know, the next
Yes, you
Spike
can put
Lee, you know.
exactly. Put your short films onto TK Talent Show and show them what you got. You
Yeah,
just
yeah,
never know.
you want to
It's
show them
it's
what you
a
got.
it's
Yeah,
a it's
that's the
a
whole vibe.
yeah, it's a open platform. We're open for all talent.
So people click on that, they actually can get where they can download the app, and it's on
Yes,
like all the phones, all the
yes,
phones.
that it's on Android and Apple. That's the website, topcattalentshow.com, cat with a K. And you can just on the app on the website, you can download the app from the website.
Oh,
And
website, cool.
and don't forget about our special offer of our free lifetime membership. And all you have to do is keep uploading videos at least once a week to keep
Is
your
it
lifetime
is it
membership.
phone only app or do you have a Windows app?
We have just phone right now,
Mhm.
but the kids app that we're working on is going to be mobile and computer.
Oh, cool.
Desktop, yes. So if you have kids out there that do sports or sing, dance, we're getting ready to have a platform for them as well.
So it's not, is it going to be off the Top Cat or it's going to have a different name?
It's going to be off the Top Cat. Yes, it's going to probably be TK Talent Kids or something like that.
Okay, cool.
Yes.
So
So,
you got a plan for going into 2025. You're expanding already.
yes, yes, we're trying to. We're
That's
trying to.
awesome.
We're trying to promote it and market it and get people on the platform because it's an opportunity for independent and undiscovered talent, all kinds of talent.
Are
Even
there any lessons learned from doing this entrepreneurial uh, process for this whole project that maybe like key lessons that you'd like to relay to other people, like a wisdom level stuff?
sure, I would just say that if it's a dream of yours and a passion, because it's a passion of mine, and it's a baby, and it's my baby, and I nurture it. So just keep going after it. Just don't stop, because you're going to have the naysayers that tell you, "Oh, that's crazy. That's not going to work." But if it's your dream and you love it, if you wake up thinking about it, go to sleep thinking about it, think about it all through the day, that's your passion. And that's
Mhm.
you should probably be doing something with it. Yeah.
I wholeheartedly agree. That's what I try to do with the show. I try to get people to kind of be able to explain their dreams and explain
Yes.
their kind of passion
I love
projects
it.
to the world to get people to get hyped about it.
Yes.
Because that's
Yes.
what you want. Because like there's so much sameness, but there's so much individuality with so many people.
Right.
Over the years where I've had 1,000 podcasts, the idea of being able to talk to 1,000 people have different ideas.
Exactly.
And I learn from every time it's like having a master class from the world because I get to hear all these ideas. And it's like, wow,
Yeah.
makes
It's
me feel
amazing,
better. It
I'm
makes me feel
sure.
like I'm getting loaded with all these ideas.
Yes. It's amazing because everybody has something different to offer.
Yeah,
Everybody, no
yeah, it's
matter who
really
you
cool.
are.
It makes you
Yeah.
want to get up because you don't know what you're going to hear the next day. It's like it's
Right.
exciting to actually have something to look forward to. Where there's like I'm talking to you, Top Cat Talent Show, and I'm finding out about this cool thing, and like
Thank you.
the next day I find out about another cool thing, and then
Yes.
somebody might see this, they watch a different show, and they say, "Oh, I might want to take advantage of that." So then it's like there's a lot of people and opportunities for people to kind of network within this
Exactly.
podcast community. People look at things like, hey, yeah, you know what? you can click on that link. It's going to be clickable in the actual podcast description. We've been live on
Wonderful.
Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch, and we do, encourage the audience to check out the links of the people we talk to and like follow up.
Yes.
If you think
Yes.
there's something you could benefit or you got an idea, you know, communicate, talk to people.
Yes. Yes, and we're on, social well, we just started our new, Facebook and Instagram, and we're also on TikTok.
Cool.
Um, but if you go onto the website, we have a live chat option there.
Oh, awesome.
So you can chat with us, and if you have any questions or comments or concerns or ideas, something that you might want to put out there, just give us a little ding and we'll be right there to help you.
Well, I want to thank you for being a guest on the Family Electric Ghost podcast. It's been awesome to
Oh,
see this,
thank you.
your
It was
entrepreneurial spirit and the cool
this
things
was
you're doing with
beautiful.
the creative community. I love to see that. And I wish you the best of luck. And thank you again for being a guest on the Family Electric Ghost podcast.
I thank you for having me, and I thank your audience, and I wish everybody a happy holiday. Go check out TK Talent Show. It could be a nice gift for somebody. Just let them know to come out there and show them what you got.
Yep. Show them what you got. Thank you very much. Have a
Yes,
good night.
you too. Thank you.